Welcome to the start of a new interview series. I'm here reviewing Dragon Ball Daima, which is technically, in a way, the sixth. I think it's Dragon Ball D Kai. This is the sixth series under the Dragon Ball banner. Now, presumably, this is set just after the defeat of Buu. And given the fact that Super took place 1 month after the Buu, this is probably set during that 1 month time skip. Presumably. So we have two brand new characters who show up in the very first scene here. Well, first we have a bit of a recap, a little bit of Dragon Ball, like some highlights of Goku, a little bit of Z. But basically just short, like all about Goku himself. And we see like various images in the very first episode. And then of course it turns out this will be watched by two people. One is basically Goma, who apparently is the younger brother of Dora, the Demon King character who first appeared in the believe it or not, I think he first appeared in the start of the Majin Buu saga. Yeah, he was Babidi's right-hand man. And we actually hear Babidi's voice actor again. I was kind of surprised the fact they used him here. And they do, in fact, recap a little bit of the Majin Buu arc. One I thought was really weird. Okay, so they recap basically Vegeta turned evil, Majin really being killed. And when they show up Majin Buu, they change the sound effect basically first showed up. Here, I remember, I think, from the original series, it was just steam. And for some reason, Daima made it into a train whistle. Excuse me. Not really sure why they did this for, but they did. And eventually, of course, they do see the Dora, how he's defeated. We do see the defeat of Majin Buu. Of course, we don't see how the heck we don't see the Buu separation thing that happened during the original series. They were kind of fast forwarding through it, but basically, with that, they confirmed that, yeah, he is basically the new king. We see another character who looks like Supreme Kai. Except, this is not Supreme Kai. This is a guy by the name of Dagasu. He is Supreme Kai's brother. Yes. And then we're introduced to his sister, Navia, who voices these three brand new characters. Well, Gilgamesh is voiced by Tom Lefton. Dagasu is voiced by Lennon McDowell. I'm like, yeah, that was interesting hearing his voice again. Arasu basically via voiced by Morgan Garrett. Yes, that was interesting. So basically, successfully using Dragon Balls, possibly turning to children, stuff like that. That's kind of basically what we have here for the opening episode for the start. And then, of course, basically they proceed to go to Earth. But first they bring in an old Namekian. Yes, in the very first episode of Dragon Ball Daima. Oh yeah, there's this old Namekian who appears in this very episode. Oh, this actually is the fifth anime. Yeah, fifth, because Kai was basically a real one. It's kind of the way it's sixth. Excuse me. Okay, so the old man's name is Navia, and there's no credit for his English dub actor. Okay, so his dub actor is Garrett Snoddick. Interesting. When you first see this guy, he reminds me a lot of Kami. He looks very similar to Kami, except basically he's kind of like a... And apparently he had... There's of course they had to throw an old man joke in here because he's an old man. And you're like, oh, he hasn't bathed in like 2,000 years. Of course they want to use their Dragon Ball with the garb of these robots, so they proceed to go to Earth. Yes, they go to Earth. After I'm talking to a fish, yes, a fish, and then I talk with another fish, which mentions basically about the Dora and Babidi, which glad the fact they're referencing here. And then we cut to Earth, where the Z Warriors are celebrating Trunks' 9th birthday. Yep, his 9th birthday. Krillin still has his hair because he's not cut it yet. So this is set before Super. That's what we could tell it's set before Super because Krillin still got his hair. His wife is not here. His daughter is not here. It is mostly put at this birthday party. We have, get this, Bulma, Vegeta. This is, of course, before Bulma gave birth once again to Brila, her daughter, in Super. Let's see, Vegeta. Of course, Goku's here, obviously. Chi-Chi surprisingly does not speak in the episode. Well, that could explain why I couldn't bring in her English dub actress for this episode. Nope. And of course, Krillin's there, obviously. We see Kai. He has Bodyguard there. Hercule's there. Surprisingly, we don't hear Chris Rogers' voice for some reason. Yes. Yeah, he doesn't speak in the episode. No, he does not. Yeah, so...
Okay.
You see it, Dad?
I see it.
Anyways, so... Yeah, and of course, they have to finish eating. So Goku's like, hey, Vegeta, want to go spar? He's like, sure. So they proceed to go up in the upper atmosphere to make sure they don't damage anything because they know their stuff will basically damage everything. And by the way, there's no Super Saiyan God here. Beerus is not here because, well, we haven't debuted him yet. Now, do I think Super was even on canon? No, this is set before Super, so I'm thinking this is set just between the time period between the end of Boo's defeat and also before the start of Super, so it doesn't necessarily ignore the events of Super, it just fills in that gap between there. Oh, and I did hear also the series is confirmed to be 20 episodes. 20. Okay. I guess they won't keep it being kids too long, per se. So, of course, you know, they come possibly on Demon World, so then while they're fighting, and then eventually, well, Samenkai's brother, where, like, he doesn't like his brother very much, so, and of course, basically, he has Navaya, the Namekian, basically find the 7 Dragon Balls of Earth, and then bring him to Dende's, basically, the Kami Lookout, where he kind of has it where they turn back into Dragon Balls early after they just granted a wish. And what wish was that? Erasing everybody who was not part of the Z Fighters memories of Good Boo. So, there's that. So, that was probably the wish they're referencing, and of course they just used it, so they decided give more power. So, first wish, turn the warriors to be Majin Buu and their friends into children. Of course, Shenron, of course, voiced once again by Christopher Sabat, which is probably the first time he's played this character since Superhero. Yes, seriously, that was the last time he played him. And he says, oh, just turn them like first graders. And we'll go into turn the babies. He's like, fine. And then the episode ends with all the characters being turned into children. And probably the last time you'll hear some of these characters hear their original voices in this episode. By the way, Yamcha is briefly in the episode. In a flashback. Also, before I end this video, well, it's a very cool ending. But before I end this video here, I should mention something about one of the actors from the Dragon Ball franchise. Mike McFarlane. I had heard recently the man went through brain surgery to remove a brain tumor. Yeah, I heard there's a GoFundMe page. I don't know if it's so active or not, but I hope the man gets better because I really enjoy his role as Roshi and Buggy the Clown. Yes, two of my favorite characters he's voiced. So please get better, man, so I can hear your voice basically playing these characters again. But I'm hoping they don't recast Roshi if they use him in this series because it would be something to not have Roshi in this series played by Mike McFarlane, who basically has voiced him since the start of the Filmation dub for it. So it'd be kind of strange not to hear his voice playing Roshi. But please get better, man. You're an amazing voice actor, and from what I heard, an amazing director too. Because this guy directed the One Piece dub for a long time, and apparently he directed the most recent season of My Hero Academia. I was kind of surprised, given the fact that was Colleen Clickenbeer's job. I guess Colleen took a season off, probably. Not sure why, but great to get a chance to do some other series besides One Piece. One Piece did for a long freaking time, but now basically it's My Hero. Interesting to say the least. But I had to bring it up because basically, well, it was very recent. So, that's pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and this like button. I only just discussed the first episode, which is called Conspiracy. Next episode, I'll discuss my next episode. Oh, and the reason why I discuss this now, because the first episode was 32 minutes. And the very next episode is 9 minutes shorter. At 23 minutes, which probably is going to be the average length for these episodes. But, great start. So, I'll see you next video. We'll discuss episode 2. After that, probably going to call it night. I do have an anime probably come up. I got to finish reading one novel first, and also I'll watch the series. After that, I'll decide what to do next. Okay? Next video. Bye.